So just the formulas quick. How do you find the area of a triangle? Base times height divided by 2 for a rectangle. Base times height, length times width, however you want to say it. Okay, for a trapezoid. Okay, good. Base 1 plus base 2 times height divided by 2. Circle. Okay. Well, you could do that, but that's for a sector, for just a slice. For the circle, it's just pi r squared. It's pi r squared. Okay, parallelogram, how do you find the height? The area, sorry, base times height. And then for a kite, diagonal 1 times diagonal 2 divided by 2. Okay, so today what we're going to be talking about is how do you find the area of composite shapes like this. Now again, I'm just going to do this real quick. Rectangles, length times width. Parallelograms, base times height. Trapezoid, base 1 plus base 2 times height divided by 2. And triangle, base times height divided by 2. Okay, so what we're doing is we want to find the area of the shaded part. Okay, we want to find the area of the shaded part of this. So in general, what do you think we're going to do to find the area of the shaded part? Okay, good. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the area of the overall shape, and then we're going to take out the part that's, that's cut out of it, basically. Okay? So the first thing I want to do is find the area of this whole shape. So of the overall shape, what shape is it? Rectangle. It's a rectangle, so how do I find the area of that rectangle? Length times width. So for the rectangle, I'm going to go length times width, so I'm going to go 20 times 9, which is what? 180. Now, 180 would be if the whole thing was filled up, but it's not. There's basically a square hole that's cut out of it. So we need to find out what the area of that part is. Okay, good. So how are we going to find the area of that square? Yeah, just length times width, which is 36. So this is being taken out of the overall shape because 180 would be if there was no hole in it, but there is, so we got to take that off. So 180 minus 36 is what? 144 square inches. Inches squared. Okay. This one I want to find the area of the shaded part. So what am I going to do to start off here? Okay, so I'm going to find the area as if this whole thing were shaded in. 12 times 12, which is 144. But the whole thing is not shaded in. A circular part is out of it. Okay, so how do we find the area of that part? Pi r squared. Yep. So it's going to be pi times 3 squared. $28.27. So again, what are we going to do with those two things? Subtract them. 144 minus 28.27 is what? You're good. You're good. 115.73. B squared. Okay. On this one. So what is the overall the overall shape here? Square. It's a square. So length times width, or side times side, which is 625. Okay, what shape is the hole that's cut out of that? Parallelogram. Yep. So how do we find the area of a parallelogram? Yeah, just base times height. So it's just 13 times 10, which is 130. So that 130 is being taken away from the 625. What does that leave? 495 square feet. Okay, on this one. So, I guess there's two ways, well, at least two ways. What I'm going to do is just like we've been doing, just think of as if this whole, as if the whole thing is shaded in, right? So if you think of the whole shape, what is it? It's a rectangle. So it's just going to be length times width, 22 times 11, which is 242? Okay, but basically, well, not basically, there is like a triangular chunk cut out of the side of it. So we need to find out what the area of this triangular chunk is. So how are we going to find the area of this triangle? Good, base times height divided by 2. So if I think about this right here as being the base of that triangle, what's the base length? 11, what's the height? 5. So I'm going to go 11 times 5 divided by 2. 27.5. So that's that triangular chunk taken off of the overall rectangle. And what does that leave? 214.5. Okay, this next one. So what's the overall shape on this one? Trapezoid. How are we going to find the area of that thing? Okay, good. Base 1 plus base 2 times the height divided by 2. So it's going to be 15 plus 25 times 20 divided by 2. It's 400. Now again, 400 would be the area if this whole thing were shaded in, but it's not. There's a piece cut out of it. What shape is this piece?
Kite.
It's a kite. How do we find the area of a kite?
Diagonal 1 times
Good. Diagonal 1, which is 8, times diagonal 2, which is 12, divided by 2 is 48. So it's the 400, take off the 48, what does that leave? 352 square feet. All right, what's the overall shape on this one? The circle. So how are we going to find the area of that circle? Pi r squared. So pi times 17 squared.
907.
970?
7.
907. Point what?
92.
92. Okay. Now again, that would be the area if that whole circle were shaded in, but it's not. It's got a triangular piece cut out of it. Okay, so if this is 17, how long is this one right here going to be? 17. It's going to be 17 because they're both the radius of a circle. And I guess we're going to assume that that's a 90-degree angle right there. So that's my base and height of that triangle. So how do I find the area of a triangle? Base times height divided by 2. Seventeen times 17 divided by 2 is what? Say it with confidence. It was a little better. That'll do. Okay. So 907.92 minus 144.5. What is that? 63 point what? Yeah, 42. Okay. Square yards. Okay, so on this one, what's the overall shape here? It's a rectangle, right? So how are we going to find the area of that rectangle? Length times width, so 18 times 14, which is what? Is what? 252, okay. Now, what is the shape of the piece that's cut out of it? It's a half circle, a semicircle, right? So we're going to have to do a little bit more figuring on that. All right, now first of all, how long is the radius of this circle? Is 9 inches, right? Now how do we find the area of a whole circle? Pi r squared, so I'm going to go pi times 9 squared. But pi times 9 squared would tell me the area of the whole circle. This is only half of it, so what do I need to do? Divide that by 2. Right, the pi r squared would tell me the area of a whole circle, but I only need half of it, so I'm going to divide it by 2. So pi times 9 squared divided by 2. 127 point what? 24? All right. So again, the 252 would be the area of the whole thing if the whole thing were shaded in, but we're taking this off. So 252 minus 127.24 is what? 134.76? Okay. All right, on this last one. So what two shapes are going on there? Two triangles, right? Okay, so for the larger triangle, okay, we're gonna have to think about this. How long is this whole base gonna be? So it's how long? Okay, how long is the base there? Okay, 23, because it's the 6 plus 11 plus 6. So the whole base is 23. The height of that overall bigger triangle is 28. So it's going to be 23 times 28 divided by 2 is what? 322. Okay. Now we need to find the area of the smaller triangle on the inside that's basically cut out from there. What's the base and height of that inside triangle? 11 and 18, so I'm going to go 11 times 18 divided by 2 is what? 99? All right, so we're taking that off, and what does that leave? 223 square inches.